Hi, this is David with the Discount Dragon, and we are back again with more interesting stuff to do with diffusion of light through translucent polymer clay. Now, as you may have remembered from our last one, if you saw our last one, we have been experimenting with diffusing laser light through translucent polymer clay, which gives us kind of this spread out effect.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah, where you get the light spreading through the polymer clay to a pretty good degree. And as we mentioned before, you can do this at a distance, which you can't do with a lot of other sorts of light sources. There we go. So you could have your laser on the floor and have the polymer clay artwork suspended by a wire or whatever. So that's pretty handy. Now, something else I wanted to show or experiment with is lighting up translucent polymer clay with fiber optics. And we've set up a little experiment here. What we've got is we've got 4 fiber optic cables or filaments, and then we've got 4 little pieces of translucent polymer clay. In this case, it is Primo. Possibly I could have baked it better than I did because I just kind of bake it however I bake it.
So it's half-baked?
It is, like the rest of this production. But we've got a tiny ball and then a slightly larger one, and then we've got this one which is kind of shaped like a grain of rice just for variety.
Oh, I can get it now. Okay, good.
Oh, good. So, actually, if you want to stay close,
yeah, hey.
We're going to be lighting this up with a high-intensity LED. Wrong one. High-intensity LED, which is this. And then we're going to be lighting it up with a laser. And if you look at this end, all 4 of these are joined together. So we're going to be using one laser or high-intensity LED for all 4 of these. So, let's try the high-intensity, just plain white LED first. And I tried this beforehand, and this gave me a better result than I expected.
That's nice.
If you look, I'm going to wiggle this around a little so you can see you can kind of get different effects depending on how you kind of focus and set up your light. You could do like miniature Christmas lights, or you could do like a tree with a glowing fruit or a glowing butterfly on it. I mean, just all kinds of cool little effects. Of course, with the fiber optics like this, you are going to get smaller quantities of clay that you can light up. If you look at the little one, it's really lighting up nicely. Some of the others, depending on how I shift the light around, it'll hit those a little better. But yeah, you can light up a small quantity of translucent polymer clay and get a very nice effect. And since that high-intensity LED light does a decent job of this, you could use the high-intensity LED light with filters. So you could get a lot of different colors. Now, let's try the laser, my personal favorite, and try that out. And that does a pretty darn good job of lighting those up.
Oh, that's nice.
Plus, you get the kind of granular, corpuscular sort of effect that I think is really interesting.
It's not showing up on the camera.
Oh, okay. But, you know, when you try it in person, you'll really get it. There we go. But at least you get the idea that it is lighting up nicely. The drawback of the lasers, of course, is that they come in limited colors for the average consumer. These, like this, are about $1 at your local dollar store, so super, super cheap. So red is easy. Any other color, and the price skyrockets. And of course, this here is a dual function one that I also got at a dollar store. So this one does the LED light as well as the red laser light. So pretty handy. So let me show you what these things, I'm sure you've seen these before, but I've got a demo of what they're like without anything on the end. You just get the little tiny bit of glowing light on the end.
Ooh.
And of course, if we hooked this up to here, we would get some amount of lighting up. I'm not sure if we'd get what we've been getting with our experiment, because this is probably a lower intensity light source. But there you have it. There is your basic concept. You can light things up using fiber optics and get some pretty good light effects. Oh, yeah, okay, that's what it was. One of them slipped out of there. So you can get some pretty good light output, especially with the laser pointers. So, you know, take this, you can run the little fiber optics to a lot of different areas and light up all kinds of little accent areas. I mean, with this, I mean, you get a bundle of this. Let's see, I'm not sure how many filaments you'd be able to fit down in here. Let's take a look. This is just kind of a rough estimate, but let's see. I'd say you'd probably be able to do at least like 10 of them effectively. We'd have to play around with it, and also some of the lasers come in different widths. If you look at these two, I don't know how well it's going to show up on video, but one is significantly wider with the beam than the other one. So you're going to be able to fit less filaments into one than into the other. So anyway, that is the general idea. And go out and have fun with it. And I hope you find some really cool uses for our laser light experiments here. Take one last look at the thing just because it's fun. And this has been the Discount Dragon. Go and have fun.